The market will only go up when more people have given up, so the market makers will make way more money liquidating all those shorts than what they have to pay all those longs, which means right now, almost no longs shall be opened and all new longs shall be liquidated out. Alright guys, welcome to a new video. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, hit the ring bell so you don't miss any important or urgent updates in this bull run. First of all, as always, I have my black tea today. As you can see, also it's still steaming. And also I have my fennel tea. Also, get a drink yourself, leave a like please for the algorithm, and let's start right away. First of all, I want to say again a massive thank you for your support. We have now 3,100 subscribers, and this video right here is actually video number 50. So actually that's the half milestone of 100. So thanks again to everyone who's commenting, liking. This really helps a lot. Also, I am planning to make a new vlog very soon on my big vlog channel. So also comment down below some video ideas, what you want to see in Dubai. As you know, I live in Dubai, and this pretty much is my life. So yeah, let me know what you want to see and we'll make it happen. So first of all, I want to actually clarify that this dump here was 100% only technical. We had a big liquidation event and around $300 million of long positions got liquidated. We will talk about this in a little bit, but first of all, I want to say again two more very positive things. Now also, in the last video, I said this already, but I think I really have to say this one more time. We are perfectly on track in this bull run because technically and statistically, the massive run-up comes only after the election, which is right here, and we are still exactly on track with every single halving. So that's why, in my opinion, there's no reason to be fearful. And actually also, by the way, right now, okay? Right now, we are in the fear zone. Just yesterday, it was neutral, and we just literally had a small correction, and now suddenly again, everyone is fearful. This indicator actually should be the exact opposite. This orange zone should be the greed zone, and this here should be the fearful zone. Right now, when Bitcoin is dumping and when the interest right now is essentially at an all-time low or essentially on the same level as in the bear market, although Bitcoin is no longer trading at 20K, we are now around $57,000, and we have all the ETFs. We have a new stablecoin all-time high. This means that fundamentally, Bitcoin is way better, and from a high perspective, way underhyped. Once the hype of the retail goes up a lot, and once in all the news outlets, also the traditional news, like the ones that your parents probably watch, or if you are like a millennial or like a boomer, you would probably watch the news, right? And once you see Bitcoin in the news there, everywhere, left, right, center, that's when I get fearful. That's when I get fearful because most of the time, those retailers, they exit liquidity. Right now, it is still mostly just institutions, such as, for example, BlackRock buying Bitcoin. So here, for example, we had an increase in actually buying activity on the institution side, okay? We had an increase, although Bitcoin has been going down. Now, for example, also here, just some panic sells. I would be just very patient. We are perfectly on track. Keep accumulating Bitcoin and also Ethereum. For me personally, it's more Ethereum because Ethereum, in my opinion, is technically and fundamentally way undervalued. And I will also talk in this video exactly why. And also, we are actually lucky and blessed in this cycle because we got a massive premature pump already, way ahead of all the other cycles, which of course was due to the ETFs, which got approved in the beginning of January. Now, the next thing I want to cover is actually this funny meme, which essentially just clarifies you that all the people who say no to Bitcoin at every single price, even at the dips, even at very low prices, those are the people who will then say, you just got lucky. And those are the people who will buy Bitcoin again at 80K, 90K, 100K. And then they get stressed and angry when Bitcoin dips from 100K to 80K. Then they will sell at a loss and they will never touch Bitcoin ever again. Now, for me, of course, this is old news. I've been in Bitcoin since 2020, which actually feels like a long time to me. But actually, it's just like 4 or 5 years now, I think. 4 years, yeah. So yeah, this year is the second big cycle that I'm part of. And the last cycle was way different. And this one is right now still at the underwhelming stage. And once enough people gave up, which right now, by the way, is not the case yet, because right now everyone is begging for a pump. Everyone is literally hoping. For example, today we got the Nvidia earnings, which is the second biggest company in the S&P 500. Now, the reason why the earnings report today is so important is because Nvidia has been carrying the back of the entire stock market, aka the atmosphere, the vibe, because the rest of the companies have not been performing well except for Nvidia. So for example, if the earnings will actually exceed the forecast, the EPS, the earnings per share, and also the revenue forecast, which by the way, the expectations are quite high. As you can see from every earnings call, higher and higher numbers are expected. So if we get higher numbers, this of course will be now bullish for Bitcoin, because right now Bitcoin is still very correlated to the stock market. In my opinion, this event is not really that important, and this mostly is just a hype event and not a long-term fundamental benefit, because way too many people put too much hopium on this event, and this very fact makes this more like a buy the rumor, sell the news event with a quick hype, quick pump maybe, and then dump, which is not a long-term really valuable thing for crypto at all. Now also one more thing, and the whole crypto Twitter is talking about this as if this is the holy grail, okay? Next month, on the 18th of September, there will be, at a very high chance, a rate cut. Yes, statistically, a rate cut is actually bullet for assets such as stocks and also Bitcoin, but because everyone is focusing on this, and because this event is so much hyped, and for that reason, I don't trust this at all, and I think also it's very likely that also this event, just like the Nvidia earnings, will be most likely a buy the rumor, sell the news hype event, and not sustainable. The only thing right now which is keeping everything on track is actually number one only, the stablecoin increase, which is actually adding potential liquidity to the markets, especially also for retailers and for also big investors who are still kind of like on the sidelines, who are not yet buying, like all the ETF boys and girls. And number two, just simply the faith in the market that we will actually go up now, as again, this time gets closer to the election, and as more and more retailers get shaken out and scared out the market will only go up when more people have given up, so the market makers will make way more money liquidating all those shorts than what they have to pay all those longs, which means right now, almost no longs shall be opened and all new longs shall be liquidated out. Now, actually, let's have a look at the heat map right now, because we got three important clusters. One below us, which actually we just liquidated live right now a few minutes ago. And we have two big clusters, one at 60K and one at 62K. Now, let me show you something on the chart, because unfortunately, we still have a bearish pattern on Bitcoin. But let's start first of all on the weekly chart. This is the weekly chart of Bitcoin. Okay, which means every single candle represents 1 week. If you look at this chart, does this look concerning to you or completely chill? Okay, for me personally, this looks extremely relaxed because we are still above the 50. So even if we dump down even lower and either partially, or if you even want, fill fully this wick right here, we would still have a higher low, a better entry for a long swing position, and also lower buying prices as the price goes up later, and then we can dump on all the retailers as we keep going up. In summary, a further dump to any of these levels in this range would be totally realistic and, in my opinion, also healthy still for the long term. Now, I really hope that Ethereum is not forecasting the future, because as you can see, on Bitcoin, we are still above the 50. On Ethereum, we are actually now below the 50, and we got a bearish engulfing below the 50, okay? Which again, is not the biggest problem in the world, because we have support right here at the 200 EMA, and we could either, for example, fill the wick halfway or even fully. And by the way, also, as we go lower on Ethereum, around 2,300, 2,200, and around the $2,000 mark, I will buy a lot more Ethereum right now, because like I said, the upside for Ethereum is way, way higher than on Bitcoin, and Ethereum is also technically way, way undervalued and also fundamentally. So for example, if we just come back to the new all-time high on Ethereum, this would give you a return of 63%, okay? Which is very realistic in this bull run, but most likely we will also go way, way higher. But on Bitcoin, for example, if we come to the range high, this will give you only 25%, okay? If you have millions and millions, this might be very, very good for you. But if you have only a few $1,000 or 10K or 100K or a few 100K, Ethereum will give you way, way better returns than Bitcoin if you are a higher risk investor. And also, we can see the exact same thing also on the ETFs right now. The Ethereum ETFs, they're completely dead, because right now, all the institutions, they only care about Bitcoin, and only once Bitcoin will go up, then all the institutions, they will chase bigger returns, and as Bitcoin goes up, then those ETH ETFs will come awakened, and then Ethereum will pump way easier, because of course the Ethereum market cap is way smaller, which means Ethereum can pump easier compared to Bitcoin. That's why clearly, fundamentally, and also technically, Ethereum is the bigger play, the better play, and the better value play, and the higher risk reward. Now, super quickly, on the Bitcoin daily chart, we have another bearish pattern, which is the bearish rising pennant. We have here a bear target, which will be right here. Actually, a very nice target, if you ask me. It's around here $47,000, okay? And we would fill essentially this wick and slightly surpass it. Now this also might open up a very nice bullish regular RSI divergence where we'll make a lower low on Bitcoin but a higher low on Bitcoin on the RSI, and this will give you a 60% safe long entry, and most likely also I will enter a new swing position once we have a regular bullish RSI divergence on the daily chart. Now we have also a bull target, which by the way I'm not really feeling it at all right now, but again let me just cover it. We would come up here to $78,000. This would give us a new all-time high, but first of all we have to come above this trend line, which has been resistance for a long time. Okay, and then also we have a big resistance right here. Also, this area is crazy exciting because we have an insane amount of short liquidations in this area right here. So this either will give us a very aggressive wick and then dump down, or we would just have a crazy breakout and it just never keeps going back. And this actually might also be possible because we have been spending a long time in this area. As I've shown you, we got 3 important clusters, one long cluster right here, one short cluster, one short cluster. Now the most important cluster is this cluster here, because this also is a key level, because this here is the Fibonacci golden pocket, which is between the 0.5 and the 0.618. I think the chances are quite high that if we reach this level, we will see some level of correction. So if you're scalping, you could highlight this area on the 4-hour chart and then look for an entry on the 1-hour chart or 24-minute chart or even 12-minute chart in this zone for a small short, because the risk reward here would be actually insane. We got so many short liquidations right here, and if we get a rejection in this area around 61,000 to 62,500, this would actually sadly open up again for a new lower low, because then we make another lower high, and then again of course we might have a lower low, which again, if you want to buy Bitcoin and enter better longs for the long term, is good for you. But right now, if you're in a long, I will be very cautious, because right now the pattern on Bitcoin is clearly bearish. I want to quickly cover Ethereum, and this actually is a picture perfect bear flag, which of course is a bearish pattern with a 60% chance of breaking down, 40% chance of breaking up, and the bear target here would be actually insane. And even myself, I think it is quite out of the imagination right now, but still it could be possible, and this would give us a target of 1,740. Now in my opinion, this would be an insane buying level again for Ethereum, which I think as of right now seems quite unrealistic, but we've already seen way too many unrealistic things. So again, this is still sadly possible. We could also get support here, or just simply have a small fake out like this, have a lower low on the price and a way higher low on the RSI, and this also would give you a very nice entry for a long swing position on Ethereum as we come up way higher. And as you know, from right now to the range high is 66%. On Bitcoin, it's 25, okay? So the upside on Ethereum is clearly way higher. So for any swing long, in my opinion, Ethereum is the better and smarter play, but also, of course, higher risk, but again, higher reward. The 3 safest entries are: number 1, after a lower low on a bullish regular RSI divergence. Number 2 would be after another high. The third retest on the trend line right here has a way higher chance of actually this one here. And then, of course, last chance is here after we break out. We have a retest here on this level, because this was the last low on Bitcoin, which is now resistance, which after becomes support. Now this also is a very strong entry price for a swing long, with also still an insane risk reward. And we would actually finally have all the EMAs below us as support. So this will give us a very high likelihood of actually holding and going higher. I hope that you learned a few things from this video, and I really hope that I could clarify this current market situation. If you are new in crypto, you probably feel very uncertain, and this is exactly how you're supposed to feel before actually it can majorly go up. And don't buy when everyone is greedy. Buy now when everyone is fearful. When it's going lower and everyone is even more fearful, keep buying, keep hodling. Bitcoin and Ethereum is a risk asset, but the reward, in my opinion, is way over proportional to the risk that you're committing. So again, if you're super high risk, this is for you. If you're very emotionally impatient, most likely you will sell way too early or sell at a loss because you give up. And that's exactly, again, what all the market makers want you to do, so they can essentially accumulate even lower right now and then later cash out when all the people are greedy. And then of course, that's the time when you should actually be cautious. If you have any questions, comment them down below. I will read and answer all questions, and I will help you out with all my heart. Thank you once again for your instant support. You can watch next either this video here or this video here. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Much peace and much love, and ciao.